At this point, it really is starting to feel like there isn't a single member of the Trump administration that is not just corrupt down to their core. The most recent member of the Trump administration to be exposed as a complete liar and, corrupt individual is the Secretary of Transportation, Elaine Chao. It was revealed on Tuesday of this week that Mrs. Chao actually still owns stocks in a company, Vulcan Materials, happens to be one of the largest construction contractors for new transportation projects in this country. She used to sit on their board, but when she accepted the post of Secretary of Transportation, she signed a piece of paper saying, I'm resigning from the board. I'm going to sell all my shares of this company, and I will no longer in any way profit from them. They're going to pay me cash. That part's important. They're going to pay me cash for everything I own in this company. I'm walking away. I'm going to be Secretary of Transportation. Again, we found out Tuesday they didn't pay her in cash. They paid her in stock. So she still owns stock in the company. And do you know what happened? Well, she's made $40,000 off that stock because the company that she owns stock in, that she swore she was completely divesting from, wouldn't even be associated with them, they're directly benefiting from her position as Secretary of Transportation. Now, obviously, this is a big deal. This is very corrupt, and Ms. Chao needs to go in front of Congress and answer questions as to why she lied to us. She signed a piece of paper saying she was going to do a thing, and then she didn't do the thing, and then she made a butt ton of money off of it. Oh, and by the way, this isn't actually mentioned in any of the stories I read about this, about what Ms. Chao has done, but I think it's worth mentioning because a lot of people apparently don't know about this, and I think it's lazy reporting to not include it. But Ms. Elaine Chao is also the wife of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The stories I read didn't actually mention that. There was no mention of Mitch McConnell whatsoever. And when you have the most powerful Republican in the Senate and his wife is Secretary of Transportation and she's lying to the public and making these ill-gotten gains that also would benefit her husband, Mitch McConnell, I would think it would be worth throwing his name in a story just so people understand that the two are connected, legally connected by a marriage license. And I'm willing to bet that that corruption doesn't just stop at the wife. I'm willing to bet it probably even came from the husband. We already know he's been steering contracts towards some of his Kentucky donors through the Department of Transportation. There's a lot there that really needs to be fully investigated, and I'm willing to bet that at the end of it, there would be enough evidence available to get both McConnell and Chao out of office. But more importantly, this is a pattern. This is something we have seen since day one of the Trump administration. These people are nothing but liars and thieves, and they are not draining the swamp. They're just the newest invasive species living in it. I want to read you. This is from Vanity Fair. All of the corruption that we know about, no, not even all of it, it's just some of it from the Trump administration. First you had Scott Pruitt, former EPA head, who used his post to jet set on taxpayers' dimes to find a job for his wife, among a dizzying array of other venalities. There's Tom Price, who was also forced to resign in 2017 amid questions about his extensive taxpayer-funded travel. There's Ryan Zinke, the former Interior Secretary, who awarded a contract to restore Puerto Rico's electrical grid to an ill-equipped two-person company run by his neighbor. There's Wilbur Ross, Trump's Commerce Secretary, who also promised to divest from his stocks, but he didn't, saw those shares increase in value. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin similarly vowed to divest from his film company, Storm Chaser Partners, but sneakily sold his ownership interest to his wife. And of course, there's the big man himself, whose astonishing web of conflicts of interest have made it impossible to distinguish the line, where the line is between his presidency and his business. It's a pattern of behavior, folks. It's not just Donald Trump. It is quite literally every single person that he has installed in his cabinet. One of today's video sponsors is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of videos for users to help learn new skills. Skillshare is absolutely phenomenal if you want to learn how to video edit, if you want to learn how to edit photos, if you want to learn how to cook, learn about nutrition, staying in shape, whatever it is, Skillshare has the videos and knowledge to help you learn this. Now, there's lots of different reasons why this could be helpful. Maybe you just want to do better in your life. Maybe you want to make a career change. Whatever it is, Skillshare has something to offer. And right now, what they're offering is the first 500 users who go to the custom URL below will get 2 whole months of Skillshare absolutely free. Now, I've actually been using Skillshare now for several months, teaching myself a little bit of video editing, trying to get better at that. Photo editing. This is incredibly helpful and useful information that they have available. And again, the first 500 Ring of Fire users to use that custom URL below can get 2 months absolutely free. Just go to skl.sh/ringofire4. Following that custom URL, which is also in the video description below, first 500, 2 months absolutely free.